He takes a few more steps toward the massive tank. It has to be at least 12 feet high, maybe 15. The glass is so thick and the light refracts so strangely through it that moving his head almost makes him dizzy. "Have you given him a name?" The man with him who brought him here gives him a mocking look. "Captain Ahab, something like that." The movements of the animal in the tank are intoxicating, elegant, majestic, composed. Stretched out, Malta guesses it must be 25 feet long, but it doesn't stretch itself out. It flows through the water, gliding and circling, moving forward in wave-like bursts. It approaches the glass wall but doesn't touch it, changing direction instead, swimming away, disappearing into the blue of the tank, reappearing a moment later, and then sweeping forward again with a stretch of its arms, its flowing body, the limbs unfurling. "Is she already in with him?" The other man nods to one side, and Malta follows the nod with his eyes. "Wow!" Her body shimmers brightly in the dark water. The thin beams from the lights mounted inside the pool meet her body, casting a shimmering golden net across her skin. Malta watches as the woman eases away from the edge. Her head is above the surface of the water, out of sight to him, but her legs, her arms, her belly, and her feet are drifting through the gigantic aquarium in front of him. With slow strokes, she makes her way to the middle of the pool. "What's it doing?" Malta instinctively takes another step forward and lays one hand against the glass. It's pleasantly cool, though the air in the hall is warm, almost hot, as if the heat of summer has been stored up in here. One arm stretches out, curling from the rear part of the tank in the direction of the woman. The tip of the tentacle seems to literally be feeling its way through the water toward her. Malta wants to see the face of the woman with the eel-smooth body, but all she does is lower one arm into the water, opening up her hand, while she goes on paddling slowly with her feet, just enough to stop her from going under. Enthralled, Malta sees the tentacle nearing her hand. It brushes it gingerly, recoils without her having moved, advances again, touches the hand. But this time the tentacle does not shy away, gliding instead between her hand and the side of her body, around to her back, encircling her. Malta holds his breath. The woman arches her back, her breasts straining the bikini top. Oozing around from behind, the tentacle reaches her belly, curls, wrapping more tightly around her, pulling her down. Air bubbles rise around the woman's face and her hair streams back as her head breaks through the silvery surface and submerges. Her eyes are open, fully focused on the creature, which still does not move from its place in the back of the pool. But now it unfurls a second arm in her direction, while the tip of the first cautiously winds under the sheer cloth of her bikini bottom, sliding in and, it seems to Malta, going deeper and deeper. The woman's hair is fanned out, flowing around her shoulders like spreading smoke. The pulling and thrusting movements the animal is using to move her through the water are reflected in the delayed movement of her hair. Malta glances at the man beside him. How does she do that? He wants to ask, wondering how she can hold her breath so long. But then he turns back to the tank again and sees the woman's fingers, seeming very small, wrap around the powerful tentacle between her legs. He sees her try to push it away from her. Her neck is arched, her legs crooked. The second arm reaches her, gliding under her and past her chin, along the straps of the bikini top, sweeping the skimpy cloth aside, baring one breast, obviously aroused by this game. In the same moment, she has freed herself from the tentacle between her legs and swims up again, her head breaking the silvery film of the surface, which dances in the light. But the arm follows her, undulates along her hip, grasping the bikini bottom, tugging, jerking it free and sweeping it aside in one